Hi, over here.
Hi.
I think you owe me $20.
I do. That's
Well-
true. I owe this woman $20.
But I'll be donating it to UNICEF.
Please do. In fact, that would be a pleasure. Yeah. Janelle Riley from Variety bet me last night I would win this award. I didn't believe her. I owe her $20. But it's going to UNICEF, which is great.
Do you have it on you?
I don't. I will collect it for you or make sure you have it by the end of the night. Yeah.
Congratulations, Tom. Angela Bishop from Channel 10 Australia. How are you?
Hi.
You spent a bit of quality time in our country this year doing some filming. Two very different experiences, getting to do something like the Night Manager and then going back to Thor. Do you pinch yourself sometimes and just think life's pretty incredible?
Yes, I do. I feel very lucky. When I became an actor, I wanted to move between genres and characters and never repeat myself or play the same thing twice. I have played Loki 4 times, but the idea that I'm allowed to play both Jonathan Pine and Loki and my character in Kong Skull Island, which I was also in Australia for, is truly everything I've always wished for as an actor. So I feel immensely fortunate and grateful. Thank you.
Hi, Tom, here in the center.
Hi.
How were you challenged differently in this role? Did you feel like you were doing some different kind of work than you had done in past roles?
Certainly. It's such a, if you read the novel by John le Carre, it's such a rich resource. And quite apart from being a master storyteller of espionage thrillers, John le Carre is a very curious student of British identity. And I think through Jonathan Pine, he's trying to get underneath the skin of what it means to be English, how Englishness changes when we're abroad, how it changes when we fight for our country, because Jonathan Pine's a former soldier, and also how it manifests in the character of Richard Roper, who is an arms dealer to whom people are very drawn, because Richard Roper is attractive and charismatic and you like him, but he is deeply cynical. And I think le Carre's anger is that a man like Roper is an inheritor of the freedoms of British democracy, but has chosen to do the worst things imaginable. With Pine, the challenge, he's a spy, and spies dissemble and conceal, and they have to be believable as they lie. And the nature of acting is always exploring identity, but Pine is 4 different people. He has to be believable in all his different guises. And that was fascinating for me, to play different people with different names, with different passports. So very different, very new, and very exciting. Hi.
Hey, at the beginning, Pine's, he's a night manager. I mean,
Yeah.
Is he retired? How did Suzanne Beers, how did she talk to you about that character when we meet him at first?
Well, Susanna and I talked a lot about uniform. Pine is a former soldier in our adaptation of the Second Iraq War in 2003, and he has, for reasons perhaps known only to himself, hidden behind another uniform. As someone who feels comfortable behind the anonymity of service. He was in military service, now he's in hotel service. Immensely capable, practical, and resourceful. And I think in the first episode, he puts his heart on the line, and he's broken-hearted. And that is the thing that challenges him to do something, to come out behind the uniform and stand up for something more. I had a fascinating time. I did a night as a night manager at the Rosewood Hotel in London, and it's all theatre. It's been staying in hotels since then has been a different experience, because everything is immaculately managed to make the guest feel welcome. But of course, if you're doing it well, they don't see the work, which is very like acting. But yeah, we talked about service and putting other people before yourself, because that's what the uniform demands.
Hi, Tom. TV2 Norway, right
Hi.
here.
Hello.
You are so good at playing the bad guy now. When you read the scripts, do you ever feel bad or like, I can't say this or do this, or how is it to be the bad guy?
I haven't played the bad guy for a while. I just finished Thor Ragnarok, in which I played Loki again. But mercifully, the bad boy pants were passed on to Kate Blanchett this time around, who's playing the goddess of death, which is significantly more bad than the god of mischief, I think, in the bad boy stakes. I do think about what the film is transmitting about people and about character. And recently I've played people who might be construed as protagonists as opposed to antagonists. But with Loki specifically, who's the most sort of out-and-out villain I've played, I always try to be compassionate to his point of view, and that's how I think you get an honest performance. But I understand that at the end of Avengers, he has to get Hulk smashed and he has to go down. That's the job.
Hi, Tom. Right here.
Hi.
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 I've seen a picture of you with Carrie Fisher, I think at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah.
We all know that she passed away, and there are a lot of stars passed away last year. Did that some way feel your own mortality, or how did you feel when she passed away?
Well, Carrie Fisher was such a fighter. And I spent one evening with her in Washington last summer at the White House Correspondents' Dinner as a guest of the Guardian newspaper. And she had this indomitable spirit that was bigger than the occasion. She was such a force for life. And I think if we can take anything, a lesson from her, it's to live as fully as we can, to embrace our weaknesses, and that very act makes them become strengths. And she was so funny. She insisted that when we were there, she was looking after her dog, Gary, and I was looking after Gary's rubber duck, which was a rubber duck of Princess Leia. So I felt in the presence of the outgoing President of the United States, it was only appropriate that I have a Princess Leia rubber duck in train because of Carrie's contribution. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.